Hey beautiful faces, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is all about the Charnell counter. So I decided to stop by the mall, and I stopped by after I left the YSL counter. I went over to the Charnell counter to, you know, re-up on my Chanel Perfection Luminaire foundation. So anyway, when I walked up to the counter, the lady, she kind of gave me the side eye like, and then she belted out her mouth like, I don't think we have nothing for you. And I was like, oh, yes, you do. So anyway, I went back to re-up on the Chanel Perfection Luminaire foundation. For whatever reason, Chanel decides to stop making the foundation for us brown girls. All the foundation for all the other girls, you know, that is not African American, is still in production, but they decided to stop making it the foundation. And she was like, the girl at the counter, she was like, well, we never really had your shade. I was like, oh yes you do, because I wore it. I was number 64 beige amber in the foundation. And so she going on, and I was like, look, yeah, why? I told her, look, 3 years ago, I seen Makeup Doll review this product on YouTube. I wasn't quite sold when she did it. I said, but then 2 years ago, Miss Diva, like Kiki, she reviewed it and she sold me. So I've been wearing it ever since. That has been my go-to foundation, my favorite foundation. That, the Chanel Luminaire Perfection Luminaire, and the MAC Studio Fix Fluid are only two foundation that I fell in love with, that just do me right. It comes through for me. And that Chanel foundation, it comes through for me. It sets me right every time. So she was like, oh. I was like, yeah, oh. So she goes to the back and she looked, she was like, no, we don't have any. We don't have. I was like, well, okay. You know, I felt kind of like, really? First of all, I felt some type of way that you would even, you know, like, look at me sideways and, you know, have wrinkles all up in your forehead and all that kind of stuff. You know, she wasn't nasty, but, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, they did have it. Ironically, they did have it in, you know, like the samples. You know, when you go in the store, you get the samples and you get to, you know, try the samples on. So, she put it on my face because still, even though she had this, she knew for a fact that it wasn't gonna match my skin complexion. I was like, when I told her my shade, she was like, oh yeah, I have that in the sample thing. And so anyway, she puts it on my face. She said, oh, it's a perfect match. And I'm saying to her, yeah, oh, I told you it was. I've been wearing this since 2.5 years ago. I have been wearing this. So she didn't know what else to do. She didn't know what else to say. So she was just like, here. And she gave me this. And I was just like, thank you so much. You know, I gave her a hug. I went on about my day. But, you know, I felt some type of way that she would even think that way. And I don't know why Chanel would decide to stop making this, because this was the perfect foundation for me. Like, I've ever tried. Even the none of them, I don't know, between this and MAC, those were the only two that I ever liked. And I guess I would go on another hunt, because it's always good to have at least two foundations that, you know, that's perfect for you, that fits you well. And this and the MAC Studio Fix Fluid was perfect for me. So this is all I have. I have a little bit left in my regular bottle over there, and then this is all I have. And what I like about this is because it, to me, in my opinion, this is perfect for me all year round. Just like my Studio Fix Fluid, summertime, it comes through. It just comes through for me all the time. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing it now, and I just love it. You know, this is one of the ones that, you know, I've never done a makeup tutorial with this. I might use this little bit, you know, because I just feel like I don't want to waste this on makeup tutorials, especially when you're doing tutorials on those days when you're just doing them and you're not really going anywhere. So that's why I've never did that. And I did one other tutorial with my Estee Lauder Double Wear. I was in this shade too. I am a rich ginger in 5'1". This used to be so perfect, but now that I wear it, you know, it makes me look like a white woman. You know I am a little light, and you know, I don't have nothing against them because my great grandmother is white. But what I'm saying is I don't like to look that light, and I don't know why. I have this shade, which is my shade, the shade before and the shade after, and it's just not working. And I'm not into the mixing the shade. And my Makeup Forever HD foundation, it doesn't work for me either. It just, this really makes me look like a white woman. And I did 170, 73, and 76. 73 I think I can get away with. I end up getting that in a sample. But anyway, my point to you guys is that the Chanel and my MAC Studio Fix Fluid, these are the only two foundations that I tried. The Kevin Aquan, I didn't like that, so I'm thinking about trying the Giorgio Armani too. I'll try that one and see what that does. But anyway, these two here comes through for me. But anyway, these are two of my favorite foundations. They come through, they do me right, and I don't have no problem with it. And both of these I am able to do all year round, no matter, even though my skin tone is a little bit lighter now because the weather has changed. You know, the colder it get, the lighter we get. And even in the summertime when I get a little, always get a shade darker, and it comes through. Both of them comes through. So I don't know, I have to, if you guys have any suggestions on what other foundation I can try that will come through for me, then please comment below, because I am outraged that the fact that they are not even selling this shade anymore, or the shades that's for brown girls. You know, they still have the shades for the, you know, the Caucasian girl, the white girls, but they don't have our shades anymore in this. You know, I didn't even bother to see if there were any more foundations at the counter that I could even try, because I was just feeling some type of way. So why do it? And you know, not to put how can I say this? Someone said that basically these shades, the darker shades, the brown skin shades wasn't being bought all that often. I don't know if they're trying to say that we can't afford it, which is a lie. You know, we can afford it. So I don't know. I'll let you guys figure that out for me. But anyway, if you guys have any suggestions on what other foundations that I can get that really comes through for me, then please let me know. In MAC, I'm NC45, and in this Chanel, I was the 64 Beige Amber. And as you can see, they both are same shade. And I know MAC always trying to put us brown girls in NC45, and let's talk about this too, since I'm on foundations. MAC always try to put all brown girls in NC45. Luckily, I can do the shade, but I've seen so many YouTube videos with girls on there saying that they're NC45 and they like three shades darker than myself. And I'm like, really? How could you have let them do you like that? You're not an NC45, honey. No, you're not. You're too dark. Any kind of dark from me, anything that's behind me, you're not an NC45. I'm sorry. And with me, I can get away with an NC42 in the winter months, which means I would have to buy both foundations, the NC45 and the NC42, when I could just stick with this one and it does me well all year round. Being they probably just made it, I don't know why MAC does that, but I was lucky enough to get the NC45 shade where I can, you know, stand on the fact that I am NC45 versus the average girl that's a little bit darker than me saying that she's NC45. Clearly you're not. I be want to comment and say it so bad, but I'll be like, you know what, I'm not here to start any trouble or any problems, so I just leave it alone, you know, and just continue to do me. So anyway, that's enough of that rambling as well. So beautiful faces, if you know of any foundations that I can try other than the YSL, not YSL, why did I say YSL? I know, because I just got that lipstick. The Makeup Forever and the Double Wear, I already have those that I've tried, and Kevin Aquan is out. I've never tried NARS. I've never tried, those are the only ones I ever tried, because I just felt like I I shouldn't have to spend my money on other foundations or even try it out when I got my foundation that does me right. So I never went into buying none of those, you know, the Norwich foundations or whatever. So let me take a deep breath. Yeah, she made me feel some type of way. She was like, I don't think we have anything for you. And I said, huh? Excuse me? I mean, it went on and on. That's why I had to bring up some YouTubers, honey, yesterday, and they both are way darker than I am. So anyway, y'all already know what I'm about to say. Until the next time, until the next video. Bye bye, beautiful face.